Welcome back to Whispered Stories. If you love listening to captivating stories while improving your English, you're in the right place. Here, every story is not just a journey into mystery and wonder, but also a fun way to learn new words and expressions. So sit back, relax, and let the story unfold. And remember, every word you hear brings you one step closer to mastering English. Let's begin.
The Hidden Melody. My name is Emily Carter, and I have been playing the violin since I was 5 years old. Music has always been my escape, my sanctuary, and my passion. When I close my eyes and let my fingers glide over the strings, I feel as if I am transported to another world, one where only melodies exist. But nothing could have prepared me for what happened the day I found the hidden melody. It all started when I visited a small antique shop in the heart of London. I had been searching for an old violin, something with history and character. The shop was dimly lit, filled with the scent of aged wood and forgotten memories. As I walked through the narrow aisles, my eyes landed on a violin tucked away in a corner. It was dusty and worn, but something about it called to me. I picked it up carefully, running my fingers over the smooth, dark wood. The strings were old and out of tune, but when I held it under the light, I noticed something strange, a small engraving on the back, barely visible. It was a symbol, a delicate swirl intertwined with musical notes. My heart raced as curiosity took hold. The shopkeeper, an elderly man with silver-rimmed glasses, noticed my interest. "Ah, that one," he said, adjusting his glasses. "A rare piece. It belonged to a composer who disappeared many years ago. Some say he left behind an unfinished masterpiece." The story intrigued me. Without hesitation, I bought the violin and took it home. That evening, I cleaned the violin carefully and replaced the old strings. As I ran a cloth over its surface, I noticed something unusual. Inside the F-hole, tucked deep within the instrument, was a small, rolled-up piece of parchment. My fingers trembled as I pulled it out and unrolled it. It was sheet music. The notes were faded but legible, forming a melody I had never seen before. At the bottom of the page, there was a signature, a Dot Bellamy. The name sounded vaguely familiar, but I couldn't place it. Excitement and curiosity filled me. I positioned the violin under my chin and played the first note. The moment my bow touched the strings, a strange feeling washed over me. The melody was hauntingly beautiful, unlike anything I had ever played before. The notes wove together like whispers from the past, each one carrying a sense of longing and mystery. As I continued playing, something incredible happened. The room around me seemed to change. The air grew thick, and the soft glow of candlelight replaced the modern lamps in my apartment. The walls transformed into wooden panels, adorned with old paintings. A fireplace flickered in the corner. I could hear the faint echo of voices, laughter, and the clinking of glasses, as if I had been transported to another time. I stopped playing abruptly, and the illusion faded. My heart pounded. Had I imagined it? Was I losing my mind? Determined to understand what had just happened, I searched for information about a Bellamy. After hours of digging through archives and old newspapers, I found what I was looking for. Augustus Bellamy was a brilliant composer from the 1800s. He had been working on a final piece, a composition meant to be his magnum opus. But before he could complete it, he vanished without a trace. His disappearance remained one of history's great unsolved mysteries. I stared at the sheet music in disbelief. Was this the missing composition? And if so, why had it been hidden inside the violin? The next day, I decided to play the melody again, this time in full. As I played, the world around me shifted once more. The candlelit room reappeared, but this time, I wasn't alone. A man stood in the corner, dressed in 19th century clothing. He had deep-set eyes and a sorrowful expression. My fingers trembled on the strings, but I continued playing. The man took a step forward, his lips parting as if he were trying to speak. The final note rang through the air, and the vision wavered. The man whispered something, but I couldn't hear him clearly. Then, as suddenly as he had appeared, he was gone. Breathless, I set the violin down. Had I just seen Augustus Bellamy? Was he trying to tell me something? Determined to uncover the truth, I returned to the antique shop. I showed the parchment to the shopkeeper, who paled at the sight of it. "I never thought I'd see this again," he murmured. "Legend has it that Bellamy's unfinished melody held a message, a story that needed to be told. He believed music had the power to bridge the gap between the living and the dead." A chill ran down my spine. Was that why I had seen him? The shopkeeper handed me an old book filled with accounts of Bellamy's life. As I flipped through the pages, I found something astonishing. Bellamy had loved a woman named Eleanor, but their love had been forbidden. He had composed the melody as a secret message to her, but before he could finish it, he had been taken away, accused of treason. He had died in captivity, his love letter left incomplete. I knew what I had to do. That night, I picked up my violin once more. My fingers moved over the strings with purpose, completing the unfinished melody with the love and longing it deserved. As the final note echoed through the room, the air shimmered. The candlelit vision returned, but this time, Augustus Bellamy was not alone. A woman appeared beside him, her eyes filled with tears. Eleanor. They turned toward each other, their hands reaching out. Their fingers touched, and in that moment, I saw their souls reunite. The sadness in Bellamy's eyes melted away, replaced by peace. He mouthed a silent "thank you" before he and Eleanor faded into the light. Tears streamed down my face. The melody had finally been completed. The love story that had been trapped in time had found its resolution. The next morning, the violin felt different in my hands. Lighter, as if a great burden had been lifted. I played a few notes, but the haunting quality was gone. It was just an ordinary violin now. But I knew the truth. Augustus Bellamy's final message had been delivered. His love had transcended time, carried through the power of music, and I had been the one to bring it to life. From that day forward, I no longer played just for myself. I played for the stories that had been forgotten, for the melodies that had yet to be discovered. Because music is more than just sound. It is history, emotion, and sometimes even magic. Some mysteries are never truly lost. They just wait for the right person to uncover them. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible tales. See you in the next one.